I want to make a spoon rest today. So here I have a plastic one and I've covered it with cling wrap to use it as a mold. And that means I'm going to form the clay on the inside, cut out the excess edges and then just smooth it off. The other way is to take the shape that you want, trace it down on a cardboard or on a paper, roll out your clay with a rolling pin and cut out the shape and then form it as you would like to do it. Here's my clay. I've mixed up about 1.5 cup of clay powder according to the recipe, and now I'm just going to form it on the inside of my spoon rest. It's going to take the shape and I can maneuver it as I want to, and taking off the excess on the sides and working it in where I need it. So I'm short of a piece here. I'm just going to mix up some slip, and that is only powder, glue and some of the activator to join the clay here and then complete this edge that I need. I can press this down with my hand, or I can use the back of a spoon to smooth it out and give it the depth that I need for the spoon to rest in once this is dry, and then give it some depth in here where the spoon can lay up to the end. Here's my slip, all mixed up and about the consistency of mayonnaise. So I add it to the side where I want to join, and then I work in the clay on that side, and that they can become one. The clay sets in about 30 minutes, so you have to work fast. Plan your project ahead. Mix up enough clay, but if you don't have enough, you can always add later on. You can't take away, because once it's dry, it's rock hard. To smooth out the clay, you just add a drop of water and then you can just work it through, getting it a bit more smooth if that's your wish, or edging it off like that. I had a little bit of clay left and I've just pressed it into my mold, and you can either remove it right away. That means removing the silicone from the clay, and there it is, and you can cut around the edge and let it dry, or you can leave it in the mold and remove it once it's completely dry if you have the time. My clay is dry and I'm removing it carefully from my mold, and by closer inspection you can see it's a bit rough. If you don't like it in this way, you can just mix up some slip and give it another layer to smooth it out. I like it this way. By closer inspection I can see a slight crack there, and this clay does not shrink. This is the only reason could be either too much water in that area, or it dried too fast according to the rest due to the thickness. So all I'm going to do is mix up some slip and add it in there. The rest looks fine to me, because this is the back of it. I've mixed up some slip, that's a little bit of powder, a little bit of activator, a little bit of glue to a paste, and I'm just adding it in there. And then let it dry. If this is halfway dry, you can always sand it down a bit if you want it a bit more smooth, and work out on rough edges. It's completely up to you. It is a cement finish, so expect the feeling of cement. I would clear it out, dust off all excess dust after sanding down or touching it, and then I'm going to draw my picture on it, paint it with chalk paint, and no, I think maybe acrylics, and then seal it down. I'm looking at a whimsical picture of a girl's face and then her body going down there. You can do anything on this. You can do patterns, stripes, decoupage, cats, whatever you like. I've painted my spoon rest with a whimsical girl face and some boho outfit. Colorful with some large or extra large earrings, a little string around her neck, and a bit of a flower. Once this is painted, I would leave it to dry thoroughly. If you look at your paint and it still shines, it means it's still wet. But when it's got a flat color, then it's dry. When this is dry, I'm going to seal it with Granny Bee's Armor matte in 3 layers, and waiting for about 20 to 30 minutes between each layer, making sure that it's completely dry before I do the next layer. You can also seal it with hard as nails varnish. You get it in a gloss, a matte, and a satin. It depends on what the look that you want. You can also use a heat resistant varnish from DALA. You can buy it at any craft shop, and that would mean that you could put a hot spoon on your spoon rest. And I like the way that she's looking back at me when I'm working next to the stove where I need her to rest my spoon in. And you can also paint it at the back, and when you're finished with your 3rd layer and it's dry, she's ready to use. I would not submerge her in water, but just use a damp cloth to wipe off any dirt or grime that sticks to her. Rather do it immediately, and then it's easier to remove and not damage your beautiful painting.